Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Northam Farm Caravan Sales in Somerset and I'm here to review this. It's the Pegasus Grande SE Bologna and this was new for 2021. So what do we need to know about it? Well, as you can see, this is a good sized twin axle caravan. The caravan itself, it's 8 feet wide. In length, it's 7 metres and 86 centimetres. And price-wise, it's going to cost you £26,799. As I say, it is on a twin axle, it's a 4-berth caravan. It's on the Alco chassis. It does have ATC as standard. We'll start at the front with the Bailey. On the Bologna, we've got the large 3 windows. We've got the black grab handles, white front, but as pretty standard with Bailey, we've got no front locker there. As we head down the near side, now I really like this. For me, this is a huge improvement for 2021. The silver sides, I felt Bailey was lacking something a little bit more blingy, and for me, this really is it. So the SE comes with these great silver sides. We've got the nice decals, they're blue, silver, and then we've got the Pegasus name there. Starting at the front, great to see that we do, for the price, get the external gas point. So if you like barbecuing outside, you're going to be able to do that. We then have a small locker under the seats. As you can see, we've got the electric hookup here, and then we've got a plug socket as well. So if you want to plug something in outdoors, like an electrical cooking device, or you want to watch television or charge some e-bikes or something, we've got a plug socket. We then find our first window, and this is going to look into the lounge area. And the lounge area on this Bologna is absolutely massive, and we'll see more of that when we go in. It's got the G shape, which I personally really like. We come down, we find we've now got a stable door. We've got a good size light above that for illuminating the awning or finding your way back on an evening. We've got a window in the door. We come down, now we've got Dometic vents. Now this is where we're going to find the huge tower fridge and freezer inside. And then we've got 2 alloy wheels of the twin axle. We've then got some really good storage under the bed, and this model has got a side island bed, and again we'll see more of that inside. So we've got some good storage. Up on the roof, which obviously we can't see, but up on the roof we have got an aerial for the television, and we've also got a 100-watt solar panel as well. And solar's great if you're not on electric hookup, so we do have that fitted as standard. We'll make our way around the back of the Bologna. Now as we come round, we've got a solid white rear end, bit like the front, solid white. We've got the grab handles, we've got our lights. So that's the rear of the Pegasus Grande SE Bologna. We'll make our way round next to the off side of the caravan, and we'll see what's going to be round there for us. So here we are on the off side, and as we can see, we've got the external flush filler, we've got our toilet cassette, and then we come down and we find a window, and this is going to look into the bedroom area and onto that island bed. We then have obviously the offside set of wheels. We've got a window that's looking into the kitchen. We've then got our gas locker here. We've got a vent for the Truma. This caravan has Truma air-blown central heating. This is where we're going to connect up our water pump. So obviously our water carrier will go there, your Aquaroll or whichever you use, in there with your pump. And then we've got further storage here underneath the sofa in that lounge area. Now payload, now I've saved this to last before we go inside. The payload on the Bologna is quite phenomenal really. In this form, its MTPLM is 1,656 kilos, and that's going to give you a payload of 160 kilos, which is fairly generous and good on a twin axle 8-foot van. What you can do though, if you want, is actually upplate the Bologna, and you can upplate it to 1,800 kilos, and that's going to give you a massive payload of 304 kilograms. And 304 kilograms is a lot of equipment. That could be bikes, your awning, and if you are a family of 4, that is going to be extremely beneficial, especially if you have got a large tow car that's going to let you make use of that payload. So I just wanted to cover that benefit of the upplating on the Bologna. So that's the exterior. What we'll do now is we'll dive inside and have a look in there. So inside we'll start in the lounge as always. Now this is where the 8-foot wide caravans come into their own. They give such a really good size lounge area. Now on the Pegasus Grande SE we've got the G-shaped lounge. I've tried this layout a couple of years ago when we actually took a caravan away with this layout, and to be fair we really liked the G-shape. It works really well. It gives you a really good wraparound size, as you can see. There is also a table that goes over on that side, which is useful for sitting at to do some work. There's a table to sit and eat at, so it's a really good practical size. You don't get the front locker, as you can see, and for some people that's a bit of a deal breaker. I personally prefer it without, but that's just one of those things. We've got the great big windows here of the Bailey and this large centre one. In terms of the blinds, you do get the concertina blinds, which I do like, and you also get fly screens all around. In the lounge area we're going to get some JVC speakers, and we do have these little LED lights, and they've got USBs in as well, so while you're sat here you can obviously charge up your gadgets. This will convert into one huge double bed, so this is going to be 2 of the 4 berths. So within this lounge area we're going to find various vents for the Truma air-blown central heating. There's also a plug socket down here as well, so you can charge things from down there. Storage wise it's really good. The one thing the Bailey lounge does offer is plenty of storage. We've got these small compartments where the doors open out. The radio system is fitted into this cupboard here, but you've got 2 little compartments there which are always very useful. And then we've got the lockers, and obviously if you've gone for that 304 kilo payload then you're going to have ample stuff to put in here. We've got our aerial, this is where it comes in here from the roof, and then on the other side we've got further storage as well, and that's an open one, and then the shelf there, as you can see. Height wise we've got good headroom. I believe it's 6 feet and 5 inches, so even if you're tall you're not going to have a problem with the headroom. It's then open plan, and I do like the open plan caravan layout. We move then into the kitchen area and we come back. Bailey's, I must say, a Bailey kitchen for me, they do always deliver on the kitchens, and this Bologna certainly does as well. So the Bologna kitchen, it's a really good size. I must say Bailey do always do very well on the kitchens. We've got the worktop surface, which is almost like a graphite type effect top. We've got a good amount of space here. It's a nice depth is the worktop. Good size sink. It's not overly deep, maybe about 5 inches, but it's a good size in terms of the circular bowl, and we've got the nice swivel tap. As we come along now, if you're not cooking, we've got additional worktop space here, which is nice, but if you are using the hob then you are going to lose that space. But under here we do have the electric hob and 3 gas burner rings, so that's great whether you're on electric hookup or if you're off grid. Underneath on this Thetford appliance we're going to get a separate grill, and we're also going to get the separate oven as well, and there's 2 shelves in there, so that's a good size oven. And underneath it we have a little bit of storage on the drop down there. You might get some pans or something in there. Coming back up we're going to get a Dometic microwave. The only thing you'll need to be careful with is that if you're using the hob you are going to be reaching over that, so just be careful with that. But it is a nice space, it's well illuminated underneath. We come along for the storage in the kitchen. This is a really good sized drawer. So these drawers they pull out. The only thing I have found is, as you can see, it doesn't pull out very far. So you've only got about 4 or 5 inches there to get your hand in to get out your utensils. But it's a good sized drawer nonetheless, but access could be a little bit better, I think. Underneath, now this is a really nice bit of storage under here. There's absolutely loads of room. It opens fully up, and because there's nothing impeding you back here, you can get down to it quite easily to use the storage there. So plenty of room under there. And then above we've got some more storage in this locker compartment here. If I open that up, we've got one shelf there and then the two shelves there, and we've got the plug socket for the microwave in this cupboard, so that's a good amount of storage as well. On the splashback, we find that we've got the panel for the Truma. Now the Truma, as I say, it's air-blown heating. You'll be able to operate the air-blown heating and the hot water from that panel. We've got two plug sockets, which is good. It means you can use a kettle, coffee machine, toaster, any device you want. You can have two of them on there at the same time. And then we've got some light switches as well. Now, as I come back into this further part of the kitchen, we've got two small shelves here. They're probably good for putting drinks or something on those. That one's a little bit difficult to reach all the way back if you're short, but it is doable. And then we've got some storage here. And this is where we're going to find the table for the lounge area for when you want to sit and eat in the caravan. So that's a good bit of storage. And you could probably put some bits and pieces of your own in there, I'd have thought. Now, as I move around, we're going to go onto the near side of the caravan. And this is almost where the kitchen does still continue. Because although the workspace might be a little bit limited there if you're cooking, we do have this nice area here, and this is where we're also going to put the television. As you can see, we've got the aerial socket here, we've got a plug, and then we've got the control panel for the rest of the caravan. Now this is where you're going to operate the electric and the water from this panel here as you come in the door. But we've got a nice amount of worktop space there, and we've also got some further cupboard space here, again ideal for putting bits and pieces in there that you might have. Now last but not least, to finish off with, we've got an excellent tower fridge and freezer. This is the Dometic appliance, and this is 153 litres, which is absolutely massive. The top, we've got a really good size freezer compartment. That's absolutely huge. The depth on that is fantastic. So you really could use this caravan either on a seasonal pitch or if you're away for several weeks. The fridge, as you can see, doesn't disappoint either. We've got various shelves here, we've got shelving there, and then we've got a salad and fruit tray under there. So really nice fridge freezer. And this does have the system where you can open the doors either way as well. We have a little bit more storage. We've got the storage cupboard above here, and this is where the solar panel power is going to come in as well to the Bologna. And then under here we've got a little cupboard, let's give it a yank, a little cupboard there for storing some other bits under as well. A little bit difficult to get to, you'd probably be on your hands and knees for that one. So there we go, that's the living space in the Bologna, and I must say the 8 foot, it really does feel nice and open here. It's very light with all the windows around it. It's a good space. If anything, it does actually feel a little bit basic in some ways, but that leads to that feeling of space that we do get here. What we'll do now is we'll move back into the bedroom space. Now, the first thing you're going to find is we do have a privacy screen here, which again, I always like a privacy screen, and it's the concertina effect. These work really well, to be fair, and this is going to pull across and it's going to affix onto this panel here, and that's going to separate the lounge and kitchen area from the bedroom. If you're a couple, that'll work absolutely fine. If you are using this as a 4-berth, the only thing you'll think about on a night time is the 2 people that are sleeping in the lounge area are going to have to come through the bedroom to get to that rear washroom, and that's the only thing to consider on this type of layout. So as I say, that's where your privacy screen is going to be. Now first of all, we're going to come here to some wardrobe space. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at that first of all. So here we go first of all. Now we're going to find some wardrobe space. We've got a really good size wardrobe, to be fair. It's got good depth to it. It's got a nice rail at a good height. And underneath there's a little bit of cupboard space. We also have a small shelf here, so you can put a cup of tea or a drink on there, but just be careful, it's only shallow. So that's really nice storage space. We then find that we've got a couple of little LED lights under here, and again these have got USBs on, so you can charge up bits in the evening time. And then we've got more storage as well. We've got these 2 lockers above the bed, really good depth and height, so ideal for putting clothes in those. Now the bed itself, this is a side island bed. It is on the near side of the caravan, that's the caravan side wall there. It does retract, it is retracted at the moment, so on a daytime like now, you've got loads of space to move around the bed, and on an evening you pull it out and you've got the full-size bed. The size of the bed, it's 6'3" in length and it's 4'7" in width, so this is a good sized bed. We have got the purple finish on the headboard here, and we've got these purple scatter cushions as well, so hopefully you like purple. The thing with an island bed that you have to remember though is because the sides are cut away so you can get round it, if you are tall you will lose a little bit of space at this side here, so that's something to think about. But at 6'3" it's going to be suitable for most people. On the other side of the bed we also have exactly the same as this setup. We've got a wardrobe, a cupboard and a small shelf. So that's the bedroom on this side. What we'll do is we'll just go over to the other side and have a look at what we've got over there. So in the offside corner of the bedroom, we've got a little bit of worktop space here. We've got a mirror, we've got a plug socket and an aerial socket, so you can watch television here in the bedroom as well. And we've also got a little bit of storage under here, maybe for more clothes, makeup, electronics, stuff like that. So plenty of storage yet again in the bedroom, and I think that's what makes this sort of caravan ideal for a seasonal pitch, because you have got all this storage. What we'll do now is we're going to spin around and we'll have a look at that rear washroom. So right at the back of the Bologna is where we're going to find the rear washroom. This is a layout I like. We had this before on our caravan. It's not for everyone, but I like it. What you find is you get on this model a really good size sliding door. So when you want your privacy in here, it literally slides across. And the entrance into this is absolutely massive, so you've no problem in terms of getting in here. And then you've got a little latch for when you're towing to close that so it doesn't move. So good sized door. As we come in, now what we're going to find first of all on the offside wall, so the back of the caravan is obviously here. This is the offside wall. We've got a nice little storage cupboard. It's only shallow, but I suppose it has to be because it's above the loo, but little storage cupboard there for your bits and pieces. We've then got the Thetford toilet. There's various vents in here for the air-blown heating, so the bathroom will be kept warm. We've got a good sized mirror behind me which is illuminated with LED lighting, and that goes all the way across the bathroom, so that's nice. We've then got a bank of 3 shelves so you can put bits on there. And then we come to the sink. Now the sink's a good size, and I've had a look at where this shelf comes out, so to see whether it impedes you using the sink at all, and it doesn't, to be fair, so that's quite good. There's a little bit of storage under the sink for more toiletries, and then we get the shower. The shower's an average size shower. The door into it is a little bit small, but once you're in there, there's good height, and we've got the shower screen as well. So that's the bathroom rear washroom. The only thing I'll say about it is it feels a little bit basic. I'd have liked to have seen it a bit softer in there. That's the word I'd use. It's not a very soft space. So for me, I'd say the bathroom is probably the most disappointing part of this caravan. So what we'll do is we'll head back into the lounge and we'll just do a summary of the Bologna. So there we have it, the Bailey Pegasus Grande SE Bologna, a 4-berth twin-axle island bed caravan at £26,799. So what do we think of it? Well, I must say, I do like the 8-foot wide caravans. It gives so much space. With it being twin-axle, it's a long caravan. There's plenty of room in here. We've got the air-blown heating. For me, at nearly £27,000, I would prefer the Alder wet central heating, but that isn't what you're going to get on this. But otherwise, it's got plenty of space. It's got that huge tower fridge freezer, and it's got plenty of features that are going to make this caravan stand out, such as those silver sides, which I really do like. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look around it. This might be a caravan that you're interested in. It's certainly nice to have the option of this G shape. It does work really well, whether you're a couple or you're a family. So this is certainly one to consider. I'd just like to say thank you to Northam Farm, who've allowed us to come and film this review today. It's very much appreciated. So, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.